When it comes to electric cars, many people already know about cars like Tesla. The general public has heard about how electric cars don't require gas, they're eco-friendly, and the designs can be really sleek. That being said, a lot of people are also concerned about how far they can go, the number of charging stations available, and how expensive it might be. On the other hand, some critics claim that electric cars aren't as eco-friendly as people think they are, since they pull their energy from states that might be relying on fossil fuels. All these factors might deter people from considering an electric vehicle in the first place. But rest assured, there's more to an electric car than meets the eye.
So my name is Anna van der Spek. I am the Electric Vehicle Program Director at Green Energy Consumers Alliance, which is a nonprofit based in Boston and also Providence and Rhode Island, working to reduce emissions to fight climate change as quickly as possible.
Anna is our expert on electric cars, and while people may feel nervous about losing charge halfway through their daily commute, this doesn't usually happen for a lot of reasons.
One is that the vehicles tell you at all times how many miles you have left. The manufacturers have really invested in sophisticated battery management software so that you know exactly, okay, I can drive another 100 miles, and it's taking into account the weather, how aggressively you drive, all sorts of factors to get you a really real number. And then there's a lot more public charging available than most people think.
Since the first electric car, there are also many more car options available than people might realize.
What I would say here is that a lot of people hear electric car and they think Tesla. There's a lot of models and the number is increasing all the time. A lot of people come to us saying, okay, but are there any SUVs? Are there any all-wheel drive vehicles? There's models for almost everybody out there at this point.
As for any critics out there, while how clean an electric vehicle is determined by whether or not the state relies on fossil fuels for energy, electric cars are still greener than gas cars.
A gas-powered car is really, really inefficient. About 80% of the energy that's stored in a gallon of gasoline is lost in the process of combustion. So only 20% of it is actually being translated into moving the vehicle forward. Electric vehicles are closer to 80% efficient, so there's much less waste. And what that means is that even if you're taking into account how the electricity gets generated that fills the battery up, they're much cleaner. Because we have really strong state policies that are going to keep increasing the amount of renewable energy on our grid, they're only going to get cleaner.
As for financial concerns, besides the cost of the car itself, electric cars tend to be cheaper in the long run.
It is cheaper to drive a mile on electricity than it is to drive a mile on gasoline. Gas prices fluctuate a lot over time, and electricity prices tend to be quite stable because they're regulated. They just think, okay, but how much is my electricity bill going to go up? Rather than, is my electricity bill going to go up more or less than my gas bill goes down?
So there are a lot of different options, and electric cars are more flexible than people think. As one family would say, electric cars aren't necessarily an inconvenience. This family is one that uses a Chevy Bolt, one of the more popular models of electric cars. Here's what they have to say about their experiences.
We've been driving the car for about close to 4 years. But soon it became kind of my favorite car to drive. It's also small, and it's got a lot of gadgets, with a lot of safety features like parking and other features which made it very interesting. Actually, I enjoy driving the car now more than gasoline car.
Our gas fuel car doesn't have this, but our electric car has a heated steering wheel, which is like amazing in the winter, and they have heated seats in the back, which I also really appreciate.
It runs like a charm. It's like turning on the light switch. Everything works as it should without any defect. And because it's got no moving parts really, there's no engine, carburetor and all that, there are not much repairs in it. At least so I got it for 3 years and then I got a new one again. So it's fairly new. So I don't know what would happen if you had to keep it like your regular car for 7-10 years or something like that.
While this family was also concerned about charging, this is what they discovered.
We waited for a little while to get a home charger because we thought we'd see how it worked out, and then we just ended up never doing it because, like Prabhu said, he's able to charge at work, and then we can charge in the neighborhood, and so we never needed to do that.
Now the question is, would this family ever go back to driving just one gas-powered car?
Yeah, if it were just my choice, I wouldn't go back, no.
We really could manage with one car and have it be an EV.
If you're in the market for an EV and you still have questions, the best thing to do is just reach out to friendly people like them who own or know about electric cars and ask them about it. The big takeaway is this: if your current car can't be driven anymore and you're in the market for a new one, an electric car is a great sustainable option for getting around town guilt-free.
This video is brought to you by Mothers Out Front, fighting for a livable climate for our kids. Join us at mothersoutfront.org.